Hey YouTube, welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk to y'all about how I achieved a credit score of 800. First, to let y'all know I'm not a certified financial advisor, and you should do your own due diligence before you take any financial advice from anybody on any social media platform. I mean, unless you're like my family member or friend, then like you can trust me, right? Yeah, you can. Having a good credit score opens up a wealth of benefits for you if you're looking to like apply for a home loan, a car loan, even insurance. Like having a good credit score is going to allow you to have a lot of leverage in like your financing options. If you have a bad score, you're going to end up paying more for that money that you're being loaned. You're going to have higher interest rates in comparison to somebody who has a really high score. According to Forbes, people with a good credit score usually save tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars over the course of their life in comparison to those who have really poor scores. So it's really beneficial that we strive to have really good credit scores. Our credit scores are actually made up of a few different factors. So your payment history is going to account for about 35% of that. The amount that you owe, so your credit utilization rate, that's going to be about 30%. The length of your credit history is going to be about 15%. Your new credit and your new credit inquiries account for about 10%, as well as the different types of credit that you have on your account are going to account for 10% as well. When I first started building my credit, I think I was about 18 or 19, and that's when I applied for a secured credit card through Capital One. That was my first credit card. I remember me having a $200 credit limit on that card because that's how much I decided to put like loan to Capital One. Security cards are actually geared towards people who have poor credit or haven't established credit. So for me being 18 or 19, it was really beneficial for me to like get my first credit card that way because it's kind of hard to get like a traditional credit card if you don't have established credit already. So for those young people who are just starting out, it may be in your best interest to sign up for a secured credit card. I'll leave a link to the one that I applied for below because I got approved, and I hope you will too. When I got that card, I only spent I never spent more than what I could pay. I would just pay for things like gas, maybe small things, and I would pay it off really quick so that I could start accumulate, so I can start having my credit score like go up as I paid off those balances. I also want to stress that it's really important that you pay your bills on time. Never ever have like a late payment, like at all. Under no circumstances, don't have a late payment. In the case that you do have a late payment because you know life happens, people forget sometimes, I would suggest that you reach out to the lender who you got the credit card through, and you explain to them why that late payment should be dropped from your account. You can also do it a little bit more formal and like send a letter like clearly stating like your stance on like why it should be like dropped from the report. And in some cases they do make exceptions and they do like drop that from your account, which would be really beneficial for like your credit score. Late payments can stay on your account for like up to 7 years, so it's really beneficial that you would like send like a goodwill letter is what it's known as. You would send a goodwill letter to the company so that they can like drop that negative report off your credit score. As far as your credit utilization goes, I will always recommend keeping your balance under 10% of your available credit limit. Say you have about $10,000 in as your credit limit, you should never spend like. Well, I would recommend that you would like only spend like less than $1,000 and just pay that off like as you go. Under no circumstances would I spend like over 30% of my credit utilization rate. Like you shouldn't be spending over $3,000 if you have a credit limit of $10,000. That's just gonna look really bad on your credit report, and you don't want that. I also want to let you all know that you should keep your accounts like open, your credit accounts open as long as possible. Say I know when I first started out, I got like 3 credit cards pretty quick within like a short amount of time, and I still have those cards. But if I was to like go out and like open 3 credit cards like within the next week, that would take my total age of my credit and it would shrink it. And I don't want that to happen, and you shouldn't like be doing that either because it's gonna drop your credit score if you decide to open up a lot of new credit accounts after you've already established a good age of credit already. So don't do that. Yeah. Never open too many credit accounts. like at once after you've already started establishing your credit, because it's going to drop your credit history the age of your credit history, that is. I also remember when I was starting to build my credit, I got a new car, and I started financing this car through a company called Nubo Toyota. I'll just say Nubo Toyota is where I financed my car from. And I remember having a very high interest rate on that car. I think it was like around 13%, and my car note was only like $150, I think. So I was like, okay, $150 for a car note, that sounds pretty good, right? But a 13% interest rate on a car is anything but good. It's really bad, actually. So I found that I had to like pay more. I didn't have to, but I decided that I was going to pay more than $150 a month so that I could like minimize that interest rate and not have to pay so much, so that the dealership would like benefit off of me. So instead of paying $150 a month, I paid $400 a month so that I could like not pay so much in interest, and I could pay my car off really quick. That ended up helping my credit score a lot, and I'm really happy I did it that way. Business Insider also reports that those who have really high credit scores of say like 780 or above, they would usually get like a 2% APR like rate on their car loans, which is really good. For me to get like a 12 or 13%, whatever it was back then, like yeah, that was really not bad, but I was young, and that's just what you have to pay when you don't have like an established credit history. Now you might be thinking like, I'm not gonna get approved for a credit score because I have like no credit history or whatever. But there are definitely like a couple other things that you could do so that you could build your credit history, your credit score up. For example, you can become like an authorized member on somebody else's credit card. Say it's like a family member, a spouse, or a close friend. You can become an authorized member on their credit, so you can benefit from their credit purchases and them paying their credit card off and stuff. You would benefit in the same way as they would. I would definitely choose somebody who you can really trust, and someone that you know is a really responsible adult who's going to pay off their balances on time, so that you won't have a negative impact on your score because they can't keep up with their responsibilities. You can also reach out to companies like Experian. You can have them track your streaming bills, your utility bills, and you can use that towards building your credit score as well. And for those who have student loans or people who have taken out student loans, thankfully I never had to do that because I have grants. But if you have student loans, you could definitely use those loans to build your credit up. All you have to do is just pay them on time and you'll be great. However, if you don't pay them on time, or if you miss a payment or whatever, it could be really bad for your credit score. So I want to really just like say don't do that. Just stay on top of it and make sure you're doing what you need to do so that you can raise that credit score and you can have a lot of prosperity coming your way in the future. Now there are a lot of different ways that we can track our scores nowadays for free. Me personally, I use Credit Karma and a few other apps like Mint, and yeah, those are the only two actually, but for the most part. But yeah, you can use Credit Karma, Credit Sesame, I believe. And a lot of different banking apps also have the credit score included in those apps, and you can like get some information when you click on it regarding your credit report. I would recommend like you using Credit Karma because it's just a real seamless experience, and they give you the data that you need to have. While your credit score through Credit Karma, it really isn't your FICO score. It gives you a pretty good idea of what your credit score is, and it gives you all the information on your report basically, so you'll be more equipped to like move further and moving up, like having a better score. But yeah, that's basically the steps that I took to get a credit score over 800. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it or if you got something out of it, please don't forget to give it a like. If you enjoyed this video and you want more videos like these, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching.